Hello, it's me, Jack-a-Lopium. Welcome along. We are back playing some more Wasteland 3. This will be episode 2. Last episode we got acquainted with our guys. In the meantime, in between episodes, I've basically explored the base. We found a ranger base last episode, and we were bequeathed it. It's like an enormous ranger base. It's it's not as big as maybe I thought it was, but it does have a few mysteries which it hasn't quite given up yet. So one of the things we do need to do is get to uncovering a few more of the mysteries. One of the mysteries being we need some skill in explosives. Oh, excuse me. Which will allow us to disarm explosive traps. I decided to trigger one of the explosive traps here. It didn't do us a massive amount of damage, and I just healed him up with my healer, Jack-a-Lopium. So but it did give us a bunch of armor, which I thought was far too important to pass up, just because we have started with absolutely zero armor whatsoever. So yeah, we are basically going to be traveling to, or we are traveling to now, Colorado Springs, which I believe is some kind of tourist resort. IRL. It's been infested with, well, bad stuff. There you go. Let's talk to this guy.
It's not fair.
Yeah, there's dead people aplenty.
It's not fair.
Yeah, everybody's dead. Yeah, the good thing about Wasteland 3 is...
Well, you don't look like marshals. Do you work for the Patriarch?
Your party starts off as two guys you create at the beginning. Then you can take two rangers, like NPC rangers, and then two kind of major characters, they call them. They call them companions. We do work for the Patriarch, yes. We are not marshals, though. We are rangers. We work for anyone who needs our help.
Then my boy needs your help. He's going to be executed. And they won't listen when I say he's no killer.
Okay.
Judge Watkins has sentenced my son to die. Austin is all I have left. Everyone else died on the plains.
Oh, God.
He's a good boy. He never hurt anyone. I'm sure of it. Please, maybe Watkins will listen to you.
Fine.
Austin Pease, the skinny boy up on the platform. I can't imagine he killed anyone. We've seen enough death on our way out here. He never wanted to hurt anyone, ever. I don't even know why he was rounded up. He won't tell me. Says he's embarrassed. I know they caught him doing something wrong, but he says he never hurt anyone.
Fine.
If you talk to him, maybe he'll tell you what happened. Sometimes it's easier to talk to a stranger than your mother. I know that much. Please.
Fine.
Help my son.
There's Austin Pease. Austin Pease Pudding. There's Silas Watkin, the magistrate.
It's not fair.
A bunch of Dorsey prisoners. Wonder if we have like a time limit. While we're exploring the map, he just gets executed.
We ain't gonna beg for our lives. We ain't weak like you.
There you go. This is Magistrate Silas Watkins. This dour man looks out at the pillories with an expression of grim satisfaction. His sallow skin pulls tight over his face, and his thin lips press together in a hard line.
Howdy, Judge. How's your heart? Still colder than a well digger's ass?
Okay, so Marshal Quan, our companion, who we picked up last episode, at the end of last episode, knows him.
Marshal Quan, impertinent as ever, I see. Rangers, I am Magistrate Silas Watkins.
Yeah, I can tell.
I have heard of your arrival, partly from the confessions of the Dorsey Raiders. You'll be pleased to know that I sentenced them to death for their part in the attack on the city and your convoy.
Which reminds me, that Dorsey you requested stand trial? He was clearly guilty and sentenced to the pillories. A waste of my time. He did have this note, though, which you may find interesting.
Great. You have a young prisoner named Austin. His mother says he's done nothing wrong.
A mother will say anything to save her child. If you want the truth, talk to the boy yourself.
Okay, so he is going to let us.
They are the only instrument
So
of
these are
justice
the
we
pillories?
need. Serious offenders die by exposure. Sometimes I might grant a reprieve after frostbiters claim their extremities.
Ooh. Do you have other
For some
punishments?
offenses, we have a work camp on the plains. I don't approve of their methods, but it's outside my jurisdiction.
So he just
Minor infractions
prefers the
like
death
public
penalty, I guess.
drunkenness or disorderly conduct are punished by a short stay in the sheriff's lockup.
Which is the building behind him.
Oh, to the contrary.
Death by exposure
It
seems
is
harsh.
more merciful than the punishments meted out by the mountain clans or the gangs of the plains. If we did any less, they would see our nation as weak. And in Colorado, weakness is death. As much as we might long for the world before the bombs, when justice was not so cruel, that is not the world we inhabit.
And let's be honest, Judge. You kind of like it too, don't you?
No, I do not. I only do what the law commands.
And since you're the law around here, I guess you're your own boss.
I follow principles set forth at the second founding of this city, as you know very well. Without our laws and the penalties to enforce them, we're no better than the Wastelanders.
Goodbye.
We'll have
Okay, this one.
You ain't seen
This
the
looks like one
last
of Dorsey's captives. Gets the trial. That's a quick one. But yeah, thankfully he is allowing us to talk. To Austin Peas, carrots and peas. The teenage prisoner is gaunt and pale. His hair is two-sword, and greasy. His face angular with hunger. He stares at the pillories with dread, swallowing occasionally. He sees you staring at him and snaps back to reality.
I didn't mean to ignore you. Just got a lot on my mind.
How did you get into trouble with the
Made a
marshals?
real big mistake. See, the Plains gangs chased my mom and me off our land. We lost everything. Heard this was a place of God-fearing people and thought they'd do right by us.
Right?
People here kept us out in the cold, letting us starve to death while they sat inside, warm and fed. Then the Dorseys came and gave me some food and some kindness and asked me to do some vandalism.
Oh dear.
I figured what was the harm? I never killed no one, but I did bust some windows. Marshals caught me doing it, and they said I was working with the Dorseys. Magistrate agreed, so here I am.
Mum would have talked me out of that.
Should have talked to her
Oops, sorry.
first. We were starving. No
So
two
why
ways
did you
about
do it, man?
We were going to die. Dorseys gave us food. I figured a few windows was a worthwhile trade for the bread and meat that saved our lives.
Yeah, you're probably right. But you did break the law.
I thought it was too harsh, but what happens if I speak up now? Will they come after my mom? I can't take the chance.
Oh dear. Got any dare and escape plan?
No, I was never no desperado. Don't rightly know why I let myself get caught up in this.
He swallows hard, his eyes on the pillories.
But if I'm to die, I'd at least like to do that right. I'm gonna do that like a man.
And what's your
Magistrate
sentence?
tells me it's death. They're gonna
Death?
sit me down, tie me to those things, and they're gonna let the cold do its work.
He
I
shivers.
wonder if it'll hurt.
Wish I could tell you it won't, kid. But that'd be a lie.
Magistrate's a hard man. I wish I could believe it'd work. I'd do anything for someone who could get me free without hurting anybody in the process.
So there you go. We talk
Guess I
about
don't have any money to give you, but I'd pay you
trying
back
to
your hard work. If
free
you'll have
him.
me.
If you'll have me. So yeah, he could join our base of.
I'm used to hard work around the homestead, and I ain't too bad with a gun either. My folks made sure I could hunt and fight. I always dreamed of coming to the big city and being a newspaper man. You know, interviewing people, telling the truth about how things really are. Sure didn't turn out like I hoped.
He shakes his head.
Nice talking to you.
There you
We
go.
ain't gonna beg for our lives. We ain't
Weak
like
like
you.
you. So yeah, let's talk to the
Right.
marshal again.
What
The
brings
magistrate, sorry. Austin Peace says he didn't kill anyone. What will it take to free
you?
him?
His crimes are still severe. He was part of the Dorsey uprising. He caused significant property damage. His actions diverted marshals from responding to reports of attacks, magnifying the harm the Dorseys were able to inflict. Argue a case, and I might show lenience.
Awesome. So yeah, Kiss Ass 4. Much better than Kick Ass 2. What if the Rangers were to pay for his damages and assume guardianship? He's not a bad kid, and he's all his mother has. Kill him, and you might as well kill her. He's too young for a death sentence. Surely you can offer him some mercy. Let's start with that.
I do not see the word in my law books. The patriarch has charged me to dispense justice, not mercy.
Okay. Let's try. He's not a bad kid and he's all his mother has. Kill him and you might as well kill her.
My concern cannot be for his mother. It can only be for the law. Regrettable, but he chose this path, not I.
Okay. What if the Rangers were to pay for his damages and assume guardianship over the boy? I mean, we do have somebody with the kiss ass skill.
You wish to compensate the city and the owners of the damaged properties for their losses. I can facilitate that. That's the price in Colorado dollars.
200 Buckingtons. And yeah, we don't have barter either.
Understand that the law cannot wait until you have the means to pay. The boy will go to the pillory soon. His time is short.
Okay. So,
Proceed.
we've got two choices. We could either
Indeed.
pay the 200 bucks or
Deluge of blood is coming for you all.
I think no. Yeah, Kiss Ass 3. Damn it, we are one level off.
Death to the 100 stinking families.
So yeah, I mean we could try and do some things in town to bust up our levels somewhat and then come back.
Colorado.
The deluge of blood is coming for you all!
I think we should probably go and speak to
How does it feel now?
Sheriff Daisy Duke.
Dorsey scum!
If it's too dangerous for you, marshals, maybe I should go in there
Lucio
myself.
Wesson.
Sheriff Daisy! Sheriff!
Miss, please.
I've had enough of this. Why won't you people do anything?
What do you need to do? What do you need
Marshals.
to happen?
Finally. I was beginning to think you were never going to help. Hold on now. You aren't marshals. You look like ruffians.
Yep.
Are you here to see the sheriff? Well, I'm first. I've been waiting here on tenterhooks for an hour.
Ruffians?
It's maddening. My family has been kidnapped by those no-good Dorseys, and the marshals will give me no answers about their situation. They won't even speak to me.
Who are you anyway? The marshals seem a bit
But my
overwhelmed at the
family is one of
moment.
the leading families of Colorado Springs.
Well, that
We
doesn't
have been
matter.
longtime allies of the Patriarch and supporters of all he stands for. Surely that should be given some consideration.
Yeah. Is there anyone here who you think should get less consideration than you?
I suppose not. We are all equal in the eyes of God, as they say. I am just frustrated. That is all. It doesn't seem that anything is being done.
Okay, so who
My
are you?
name is Lucia Wesson, daughter of Percival Wesson and Maria Reyes of the 100 Families. But now they and my little brother have been kidnapped by those good-for-nothing Dorseys, and I fear for their lives.
Well, we just happen to be going on a Dorsey expedition.
Well, you look capable
We'll
enough.
talk
But I don't know
to
you from
them
Adam.
slash
Why,
try and
you
help.
might be robbers or bandits. No. Thanks all the same, but I think I'll continue to wait on the proper authorities. Frustrating though that may be. Sheriff Daisy, I will not leave. Please put in a word to the sheriff for me. If she'd only lend me a marshal or two, I'd rescue my family myself.
Even though you don't want us to help, you'd go
We should
and...
build some more watchtowers out the garden. Dorsey slipped right past the ones we've got.
What was that?
Pull some resources from another district to do it.
Just
Sheriff won't like that.
scanning. We scanning. Hope you like scanning too. Okay, there's coffee makers. And there's Sheriff Daisy. There is some kind of prison cell there. Before we talk to Daisy, let's just examine everything. Good cop, bad cop, and a swinging exposed light bulb. Classic. Alright then. Anything else to click on here? No. Is the answer. Can we get through here? Yes, we can. See, that looks nice. Grenade box, drug stash, large container. And we do have lockpicking of 4. So it does look like we should be able to go and open it up. So there's a couple of extra healing items. Let's unlock this door.
We ain't gonna beg for our lives!
And
We
you can
ain't
hear these
weak
people.
like you!
So let's go to the large container. Another cassette tape. A big gun. A long Mac. That's pretty good because that will allow us to craft a weapon mod. There you go. So they wanted to come in and grab hostages. Yeah, that seems pretty heinous. That's a heinous crime, man, so unfortunately, I think people do have a right to defend themselves. So yeah, let's talk to the sheriff. The sheriff is a statuesque woman with grey and blonde hair and steel in her smile.
Well, now you must be
Oh, excuse me.
I'm the sheriff around here, but you can call me Daisy. Old Saul tells me you're a bunch of badasses, and I ain't one to turn away a badass, especially at a time like this.
We are about to...
I reckon you already heard all about the Dorsey raid, so I won't bore you with the details. Suffice it to say, we whooped them good, and the survivors are holed up in the Garden of the Gods with a bunch of hostages.
Yeah, we are about to hear the doomsday whistle in a couple of seconds, but we'll... And there is the doomsday whistle. So, I think we will just carry on with this. Can we move... Hey, we can move the camera around while people are talking to us. I did not know that. That's amazing.
Thing is, I lost a lot of marshals. My boys and girls are tired and beat up. You want to make some fast friends around here? You could go into the garden and speak to those Dorseys for us. Maybe find out how the hell they got into the city in the first place.
And by speak, you mean shoot the everlasting shit out of them and save those hostages, right, boss?
Let's do it.
Quan, I hear you're some fancy liaison now. Old Saul taking my people without even asking? How dare he?
Yeah, what a bugger.
Anyway, yes, you rascal. That's exactly what I mean. But question him first, you hear?
Well...
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
We'd be glad to help, although...
Rangers, I'd love to trade war stories, but I've got marshals calling me left and right, dead folks lying in the streets, and reports of Dorsey stragglers all over the city. Let's circle back later. Now, the Dorsey's hostages are from the fancy side of town. 100 families folk. Try to get them out of there alive, or I'll never hear the fucking end of it. And please, take young Miss Wesson with you. I need that girl out of my hair. In fact, I'm gonna insist. I'm telling Lupinski not to let you into the garden without her. But don't worry. She knows which end of the gun the bullets come out.
So she's going to be our second companion.
Go in there and kick some ass, Rangers.
Yes, we certainly will.
I'm not sure why the sheriff didn't assign...
So here you go.
But, well, beggars can't be choosers. I am the Miss Wesson she spoke of.
Yes.
Lucia Wesson,
All
daughter
right.
of Percival Wesson and Maria Reyes
Yes.
of the 100 Families.
Yes, you did tell us this previously.
As Sheriff Daisy told you, They and some of our neighbors were taken hostage by the Dorseys, and I mean to free them. All of them. So, I'm ready when you are.
Let's do it! What is the Garden of the Gods, man? Ugh.
It's a project of the Ward family.
Ugh.
A showcase for their know-how. They grow food there using the latest technologies. Colorado Springs leads the world in science. But there are plenty of places to hide in the garden. The Dorseys could be laying for us anywhere. We shall have to be cautious.
Awesome. Yeah. Is that
She's
true,
making a joke.
man?
She knows very well that my father taught me to shoot almost before I could walk. And I'm the best shot in this city. You may ask
cool.
anyone. Everybody knows what I can do.
Great. Alright, let's go. Fantastic. So now we've got a full party of 6. And there she is. Let's see what her attributes look like. She's got awareness pretty high, speed fairly reasonable, intelligence pretty good, and skills very good. Shot, yes, as she said, she's pretty good at weapon modding, and she's got a couple of dots in bartering and survival. Awesome. So yeah, great. What a fantastic team we have. In fact, what does her gun look like? Lucia's revolver. Awesome. I think that's probably the best. Do we have... I mean, we've got one of these. But her gun is legendary of some kind. Alright, I think that's gonna do it for this episode, episode 2. So I'm going to get this all lined up, and then we will go into the garden on the next episode. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please do leave a like, comment and subscribe if you want to see more Wasteland 3, especially if you want to have some kind of say in the kind of direction that the playthrough goes in. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Okay, thanks very much. Bye for now.
Every day ends with a Tom's Festival.